we have one directive, one main objective, one thing that we must do today, and that's to lawyer the absolute shit out of this place. We're gonna be fucking lawyering everywhere. We're gonna lawyer in the court. We're gonna lawyer in the lobby. We're gonna lawyer out in the streets where everyone can see us, even God. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this for the law. Law and order. For Lady Justice. And so we can fucking end this case. Rise from the ashes, more like fucking more like price of my asses. This fucking case is long. Get it? Don't forget in the prosecutor's office. Yeah, in the prosecutor's office. In our office. On the stand. Among the jury. We're gonna lawyer everywhere. Hello, everyone. It's me, your host, Scrubbosaurus. Your favorite alligator streamer. Hello, Tony. Hello, Worm. Hello, Goots. Hello, Kez. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining me for the thrilling conclusion. The final case of Ace Attorney. You know, throughout this case, I've been saying this is like an 8-hour-long case. Well, I went back and looked at our streams, and the time that we've racked up in the few streams we've played of this case, just this one case alone adds up to 11. We've been here for 11 hours. 11 hours, and we're on the last day, the last trial. So we're getting it done. We're getting it done today. Then tomorrow, I'm probably not going to be around. Although it's been raining really hard. And if it keeps raining tomorrow, then I might not actually be leaving tomorrow. So, we'll see. I might sneak in an extra stream this week if that's the case, but I don't know. Hey, Uncle. How's it going, pal? Should lock them all up and then post on r/am I the asshole about it. Hey, Reddit. Am I the asshole for for not taking my due diligence to make sure people are actually innocent or not? Doing good, bud. Doing good. Nice, dude. I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing great too. Hopefully, we're gonna be done with this case, and I can take a break from Phoenix Wright for like a month or so and play something else. Play some Cult of the Lamb, and I don't know how long it'll take to play through all of it. I'm not sure if I will play through all of it. I kind of want to, but I also don't. You know how I am. We'll see how it ends up. Yeah, I'll be free. I'll be free from Phoenix Wright. I'll be free for a while. I'm looking at other games I want to play on stream to replace Cult of the Lamb whenever we inevitably get done playing that. I've been looking at a couple of things. I've been playing... I went back and I've been checking out Darkest Dungeon 2, or Darkest Dungeon 2, sorry. And they've added a lot of shit to that game. They've even added a new character, finally, to it. I don't know when they added it, but, you know. They added the Vestal, which is like the cleric lady. I beat Dark Messiah yesterday. In terms of writing, it was pretty much a standard mid-2000s game. Controls were janky, but the unique combat was awesome. Glad to hear it, Tony. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Dark Messiah, so I might end up checking it out someday. I know it's a cult classic. How's everyone else doing today? How we doing? How we doing, Tony? How we doing, Goots? How we doing, Worm? How we doing, Kez? Doing alright? Doing alright? I only know snippets about Darkest Dungeon. I have streamed it in the past. I don't know if I could look and see how long ago it's been since I streamed it. One thing you need to know about Darkest Dungeon 2, the only thing you really need to know about Darkest Dungeon 2 is that I played one game, one fully length, run on Darkest Dungeon 2 because it's a roguelite. I played one run, and it took me over 6 hours. So yeah. It's pretty fucking rough. Let me look here. When was the last time I played Darkest Dungeon 2? I don't remember. I played Darkest Dungeon 1 as well. Those streams exist somewhere. Darkest Dungeon 2, streamed a year ago. Title of the stream is This Is How Road Trips with Mom Always Goes. It was streamed February 2nd, 2022. So yeah, well over a year ago. I think before that, we played it... I'm just kind of realizing how many streams I've done. God damn. I played Darkest Dungeon 1 a year ago as well. Titles of those streams were Good Thing I Picked a Race with Dark Vision, which is a D&D joke. And then the other one is called Some of You May Die, but That is a Sacrifice I'm Willing to Make. And I also did a Darkest Dungeon stream a long time ago, like at the beginning of this channel, a long time ago, called Scrub Tries His Best to Not Trip and Fall in the Darkest Dungeon. If you want to see some ancient Scrub content, there you go. Might have fallen asleep at 8 a.m. this morning and woke up 30 minutes ago. Damn, Worm. Damn, I had a nap today because I also woke up really early. But it was starting to rain. I'm like, this is sleepy time. Isn't Darkest Dungeon kinda hard? Yeah, that's kind of an understatement. It's kind of like ball torturing hard. It's pretty rough. Darkest Dungeon 2, since I've been playing it, it was pretty challenging. But it was manageable whenever I played it a long time ago, like last year. When I've been playing it, I played a little bit today and yesterday. Dude, it is so unbelievably fucking hard now. There's so many more mechanics you gotta fucking take care of. It's ridiculous. So I think we might check out at least one run sometime soon. I think you guys would get some enjoyment out of it. I do have a video of part of one of those runs. I think it was the last run, the most recent stream we did of Darkest Dungeon 2, of just one of the fights just completely going awry in the worst way possible. Just one mistake happened and we fucking died. Yeah, okay, yeah, the video is called A Disastrous Mistake, and there's a thumbnail with the characters, and so it's The Wretched Fools. Yeah. It's pretty bad. It's 10 minutes long. It's definitely worth watching, because that's just a cavalcade of errors that happens in this fucking game. But yeah, maybe we'll be playing that sometime soon. Who knows? Maybe next week. But let's let's get serious, guys. Enough fucking chatting. Enough bullshitting. Time for us to get our lawyer on. I'm engaging PNG mode. PNG mode has been activated. Yeah, it's lawyer in time. It's time to fucking lawyer. Alright, turn that off. Engaging PNG mode. Help. Alright. Rant zone time. God, Tony, you're such a son of a bitch for that, you know that? You're such a motherfucker. I can't believe you've like tainted this thing for me. Oh, final day. Trial former. Let me try and catch up everyone on what's happened so far. So, right now, we're basically pursuing a case against the chief of police, Damon Gant. The big fucking shit brick house dude that likes to swim, apparently. That guy. We're pursuing a case against him because we've found evidence that he's been hiding evidence purposefully from a case 2 years ago of a serial killing that involved our defendant and our sidekick, Emma. Because our defendant and our sidekick are sisters. So we just found those evidence, which was a piece of a pot, a broken urn we had found, along with that fit among other pieces of the same pot or urn, and what's it called? We put them together, and that was evidence that it was hiding something. And a piece of like cutout cloth with a handprint on it that was that was Emma's handprint. So our theory is that Lana, our defendant, is being blackmailed by Damon Gant. The cowboy dude? No. The cowboy dude is Jake Marshall. Jake Marshall is the brother of the prosecutor who was killed in the case 2 years ago. We think that that Lana's being blackmailed by Damon Gant to basically control the prosecutor's office because she's the chief prosecutor. And if she were to ever like go against his wishes, he would bring out the evidence he's been hiding and possibly indict her sister Emma as like something to do with the killings 2 years ago, like insurance. We're gonna go in butt ass naked, but if we start struggling, I'm gonna pull up a walkthrough because I just want this case to be over. February 25th. Sounds like he's a bad boy. Yes. February 25th, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. This is the defendant lobby, all right, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's happening behind the scenes. Who's this? Oh, it's Edgeworth. Knowing you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 77 ID number is, that is. Yeah, we think it's Damon Gant, who is the owner of the ID number. Who pops up on this sheet, ID card record of the evidence firm, pops up as number 1. Once again, Phoenix, you fucking nincompoop. I heard you thinking out loud again. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes right. And Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. It's the first time he's ever done something like this. Is he like trying to give us an olive branch? Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth. Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. Oh yeah, and during the SL9 case, which was the first big case Edgeworth handled, there was rumors that there was falsified evidence that he had to use, that he used in the case, and it came out to be as true. The prosecutor's office falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright? Hey, man. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant, he's already showing his hand. Hey, man. Morning, folks! How's everyone doing? Hey, Jeep, been back at the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my own work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is his proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Worth to cross-examine our own defendant. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman. Ah! In the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. Here we go again. Oh, Lana!
Objection!
You can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change a defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would... please end this. So true, Goots. I'm so close to letting Lana just fucking do this. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Our request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there is no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant...
Objection!
Oh, Edgeworth! Yes! One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth! The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I'd care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. Oh. He drags you back by your ankles and Edgeworth. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh? To whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. Oh my god, dude. I don't remember this part. This is awesome. Exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. He said, shut. He sure did. God damn. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Hey, Thomas. Remember to switch to live chat? Yep. In live chat right now. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. There was a lot of caps from everyone. From Edgeworth fucking spitting hot fire. Now then, witness. Please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. Just hey, Thomas, not hello, greatest viewer ever? I don't know, man. My greatest viewer ever would probably, show up to more streams and stick around more often. Just saying. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Like Kez. Yeah, Kez, Goots, and Worm, and Tony. Tony's been here, like, at the beginning of every single stream. Tony, Goots, Worm, and Kez are almost always here. So you gotta bump those numbers up, Thomas. Come on, bud. Hey, Active. How you doing, bud? Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Every case is at least one Dami Mami. I don't know if that's true or not. As they should. Yep. How are we doing? I'm doing great, Active. Glad to hear you're doing all right. We're getting started on the right foot on this fucking case. We just had some fire spit by Edgeworth. And now everyone's I just keep seeing Dami Mami in my chat. I'm gonna stop reading the chat for a little bit. This judge is goofy. Yeah, true. The judge is a fucking idiot. This is also true. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. No thoughts behind those eyes. True. Look at this fucking idiot. Well, okay then. You sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. Trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Alright. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. Thomas, you're talking about a 16-year-old girl who was 14 at the time of those events. Maybe you should leave comedy to your betters. As I take a sip from my soda. Please ignore my words. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. My delete button doesn't work on you. My powers have no effect. I could fix that for you, Goots. Remove a standard moderator. Well, he said he's willing to accept his punishment. There we go. Alright, Goots. Fire away. Open fire, Goots. Am I a super moderator now? Is that a thing? I don't think so. There he goes! To the fucking string jail with him. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit, Thomas. Thomas is now just singing, there's no strings up, yeah. Is there another type of mod? I don't know. I think I'm like a super mod because I own the stream, but I don't know. 2 years ago. Let's press Emma's statements here. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes, she was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. Why is a 16-year-old in court? Isn't that invalid, like, legally? I don't know. I think you'd have to have a legal guardian there, which her only legal guardian is Lana, and she's in the courtroom, so you know. Also, this game makes no fucking sense, so don't worry too much about it. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day too. The police department and the police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. Even a 4-year-old can be questioned in court. I mean, we the last case we did before this, we cross-examined a parrot. So, you know, don't get too up in arms over this. A man. Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Mr. Angles. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran into Skye and Gant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. I will dismiss myself temporarily for the sum of a maximum 10 minutes to get you some food. I get you some food, Boots. Yeah, you're always hungry before these streams, so you can, like, flex on me whenever you come back with food. At least that's my headcanon reason. Oh, don't worry, Uncle. Goots will tell us what they're going to get. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. I'm not saying because Scrub doesn't like it. No, it's okay. You can say it. It's a bit, Goots. We you know, you can go ahead and she can share. I'm kind of curious anyway. Goots is a hunger conspirator. Almost forgot about Gant. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. Look at me, I just got me a 5-course meal out of the fridge. Woo! And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in? I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw that instant. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, and just then, the lights went out. Lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. The electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective about what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Bruce Goodman, the victim. Let's hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. Oh, that's right. Yeah. We have a picture right here. Yeah, this thing. I guess that's the picture she drew. My parents brought home a shit ton of picnic food from church today, so I have a meal. I have meat wrapped cheese. I have meat wrapped cheese. Meat wrapped in cheese, I'm guessing? Nice, dude. Hell yeah. Fancy coffee. What are we talking about? That sounds like something my cholesterol spikes. Yeah, same. A picture. Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Welcome back, Goots. Pizza. Oh, nice. Nice. Stuffed crust. Oh, fuck, dude. I would kill for a stuffed crust pizza right now. Witness, would you mind if we added a statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene, but it seems to have been lost. Oh, is it? Is it lost?
Objection!
Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence. Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. What the fuck? I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold! This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. Turn it... Ah! What's this? Jesus Christ. Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Whose shape language is pointy means bad guy. You're a bad guy. Your character design says so. Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge could have access to that list. Huh? These lists. They're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. How'd she summon her glasses like that? They're just hidden. She has like a ninjutsu skill she activates to summon them. She comes from the village hidden in the dipshit. Order! Order! But Miss Skye, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor! Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. She has the Captain American thing, but you're about her glasses. I know, I also hail from Dipshit Village. Oh. Yes, it's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible, let's see. Are you kidding me, Edgeworth? You're telling me you didn't look at the back of your fucking sheet? Are you also from the Dipshit Village? Something wrong? You even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. Nearly lost my cool there. Bulging eyes, you're on the dock, Judge. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing. Oh, no. That's that thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Evidence list restored and updated in the court record. Very well. Witness. I knew again. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago? Let's actually look at that new piece of evidence we got. Yeah, we have this and that. Oh, I remember. I remember what that thing is. Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. The music makes me feel like my brains are melting out of my ears. So true. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Why is it always storming when murders happen? Because it's the best weather to murder people in. Okay. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge, under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Skye. 2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? So at the time, you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue. No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt. What happened after the lightning flashed? You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry. A flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. It's hard for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. It wasn't influenced in any way from your talk to the detective. Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. Better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives. But I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright? Is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Yeah, motherfucker. Actually, let me save the game real quick. Huh? Oh, well. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Is it the knife? The murder was right-handed, she drew a left-handed murderer. Actually, yeah, let's look at that real quick. Joe Dark. Stabbed in the back. Didn't some death February 19th between 7 p.m. and 3:30 a.m. Single stab wound, piercing heart and lung. Died from blood loss under 10 minutes. Weapon found in the wound was missing a tip. That's Detective Conan level of writing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's in the security video, guys. Is something on this list? It's just this. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. Okay. I want to save. Okay, we've already saved, so let's. Let's try presenting the. Let's try presenting this back. Okay, no, he fucked up. Okay. Thanks for making accusations. I don't think. Okay. Maybe it's the murder weapon. Maybe it's this. No, it's not the murder weapon. What are we missing here? try the autopsy report. Oh, we got it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Oh, welcome back, Thomas. You know, all things considered, it's a pretty good drawing, yeah? Pretty good drawing. Thomas has been released from the Shadow Realm. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report? Good question. The hand.
Take that!
I think we're wrong. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was a murderer. Yeah, but you took the picture, you drew the picture from memory before the stabbing happened, and he was only stabbed once. The take that took me out. That was so funny. Take that! If it was in them, how would it be already broken? Yeah, exactly. See, Goots knows. Afraid it's not so simple, Emma. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. Boop, boop, boop. Ah! What's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. What does it mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, Wright. All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ah! Yeah! Order! Order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. We know what that is. We know what that is. If my prosecutor makes noises like gra and arg when he's wrong, I'd feel a lapse in judgment having him there. How the forged knife tip get into it? We'll probably find out. But my bet is it was planted there to make it seem like it was the knife that killed him. That knife that killed him. Tee-hee. What are the chances of there being 2 broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Tee-hee, we know. Pepe laugh, they don't know. They're missing critical information. If the witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it can't just be explained away by simple observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume, then, that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. I'm going to show the picture? Yeah, the picture.
Take that!
The answer lies in the past. 2 years in the past. Here I am banging my stupid little hammer for no reason. Right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the award ceremony. This is a picture of the award ceremony. You said it. You said it, Edgeworth. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. What's with a face-swapping circle in the corner? That's my PNG tuber, dude. That's my rant sona, as Tony calls it. You're just now noticing it? See, this is why you're no longer my greatest viewer anymore. You've fallen off, Thomas. I've had this for like a week now. Over a week. Damn, dude. Kinda cringe. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding. I'm just fucking with you, Thomas. Yeah, it's a little reacted image I put up just for a little more interaction. It's fun to have. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. Maybe if you got rid of that yee-ass haircut, you get some viewers in your stream. I don't have hair as an alligator, and I don't want more viewers in the stream. So, no. Not radical at all, man. Thank God they didn't have to make you present anything. It would have taken years. Yeah. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. We give him a toupee. Please, no. I don't need a toupee. I'm happy being bald. It's actually really funny because in real life I have long hair. Really long hair. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. You would look so cute, Scrub. You think so? Aw. Flowing alligator hair. Oh, man. I think that would make... I think it would, like, only make it harder for me to beat the Ransona allegations. Wasn't that knife a spear? Yeah, supposedly it's supposed to be like a part of a broken halberd. It's what the whole symbolism is supposed to be, but whatever.
Objection!
But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh! But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. It's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Hold it. Wait! I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Oh, shit. Mr. Edgeworth! What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? Which list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back? Too many twists and turns, yeah, dude. I knew it! This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? The Blue Badger? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time. I drew this picture. No. No! No! All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part away deep inside me. Stop the fucking music, though. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Dear God, let me lose my hearing. Would you please tell us what you've recalled, Miss Skye? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, and now the Blue Badger? This should be interesting. Emma's recollection. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the Blue Badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him. The chief of detectives... Wow, I can't believe they fucked this up. Grammar, come on. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yeah, okay. Stop, please! Don't pursue this any further. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Scott, we've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. Seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. He seems convinced that Dark was the one holding the knife. But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know that at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think was, I've got to help that other person. Fucking bitch. You go in the timeout corner. What do you mean you think? It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur. Miss Skye was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. With so much happening in a matter of seconds, a little disorientation is only natural. I saw the man about to stab the other person, who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with the knife. What you did was very brave, young girl. So then what happened next? Are you sure about this? Of course, see, I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I'd seen him before somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother. That's when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? I'm sure I saw his shadow. His shadow. So you mean you didn't actually see his face with its winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. That may well be. But what's important is what caused her to think she saw what she did. Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. If so, then by all means, please tell us what this shadow really was. What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this blue badger, really? I just might know. Someone messaged me. I gotta look at my Discord real quick. Alright, it wasn't important. Blue badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture. Yet she's certain she saw its shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the blue badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright. She was certain she saw its shadow. Yes, she was. In this room. Very well, Mr. Wright. What is it that the witness saw in that instance? Please show us this mysterious blue badger look-alike. It's the pot. The unstable jar.
Take that!
Mysterious blue badger was in fact this. Let's save the game. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. Mr. Wright, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Indeed, it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Our viewpoint? I have to show them the correct angle to look at this from. Fucking kill me, dude. Alright. Oh, it sucks. No, that's not right. Hold on. What if it's like this? Hold on. It's like this.
Take that!
Oh, did I get it? This isn't right. I gotta make it more. No, come on, I wasn't ready. Oh, let's load. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this shit. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Alright, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it, man. God. I tried to rotate right by hitting E because rotate left is Q. So naturally, if you play computer games, you think it's E, but it's not.
Take that!
Oh my god, I did it again. I fucking did it again. I hate myself. I hate this! This fucking sucks! Is that it? Like this?
Take that!
Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? Hold on, I'm looking up a guide. I'm looking up a fucking guide. This is so annoying. Hold on. That's right. Yeah. Hold on. Holy shit, dude. This is so annoying. I hate this. Why is it like this? Oh, okay. Fucking Christ. This is so annoying. It's legit. Holy shit, come on. Alright. I have what it's supposed to look like. No! I hit the wrong button again! Why is it fucking R instead of E? Ah! Hey guys, you wanna take some time to go get you a snack, get you a drink? Now's the time. Now's the time. Now's the time to go get you a drink, get you a snack. I play this for POWs. Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna throw up. I'm watching the keyboard like a fucking hawk. Hold on. Do. See, the problem is this doesn't look exactly like how it's supposed to. In the image. Like this? Bigger end should be pointing towards you, downward to the reference court. This? Hold on. Like this? Like fucking do this perfectly, dude. This is gonna make me throw up. Alright, let's try this. We got it. Well, is this a miracle or what? Fuck you, game. No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the Blue Badger. Stop the music! No. It can't be! Order, order. I'm sweating, dude. I'm fucking sweating. It's over, guys. It's done. Sue Capcom for emotional damage. I think the, what is it? The fucking statute of limitations is already reached on this game from 2005, honestly. The defense has proven its claim. Mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this.
Objection!
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? Fucking Edgeworth, I did not fucking suffer through that for you to question me like this. What do you mean? So that Badger thing was actually just a job. That doesn't change anything. I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed? Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? The location? Yeah, wait a minute, hold on. That jar was in this picture, right? Yeah, it's over here by the fucking, the armor. That's the location. That was on the other side of the room. Several hundred things have changed everything so far. Doubt this is that significant. Yeah. Allow me to take these things in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At the very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? Location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gantz. But the body was found lying near Lana Skye's desk. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Skye's office. It happened on the other side of the room in Chief Gantz's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gantz's office to Lana Skye's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. You know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. You know, I'm gonna save so we don't have to go back and do that fucking hellish section again. If we do fuck up. Bad. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall? Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword. It's a spear, but yeah. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, it would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No. Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes. There is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless, I don't know if I can go through with this. Right? What's the matter? Events took place as the defense theorizes, and the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Skye knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. It was so anticlimactic. Where'd the sound effects go? Where'd the music go? So now we're theorizing that actually Emma killed Neil Marshall. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No! Thud. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. What? What are you saying? Aren't you in detention, bitch? Sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her? Whoopsies, I would say. Imagine that, coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. Who the fuck detained you? They need to be fired. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. You certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. Oh, shit. Okay. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life, in one manner or another. That's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I've got to think back to the court record. It's in the evidence. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind is in the evidence. It's on the jar. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Yeah, we're kind of hitting our evil cycle right now. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright. Please show us a piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. It's the jar.
Take that!
This is the message left by the deceased. This is that blue badger from before, right? Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is a line here, drawn in blood. So what you're saying is these dots were once lines. Yeah, jackass. Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. We're only in the first half of this trial, and it's already been an hour and a half. One that apparently someone wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us? You're saying there's more? Yeah. This is not even the half of it, dude. This is not even the half of the trial. We got another fucking half of the trial to go. Gant hasn't even stepped foot in the room yet. Actually, no, he has, but he's not even been put on trial yet. I must go, divine prosecutor. Prepare the bonk machine for my absence. Okay. Yeah. Let's figure out. We gotta connect the lines. Come on, let's get on with it. All right. You guys ready? Woo! Connect the dots. What does that spell? EMA? The fuck's an EMA? I can't believe the EMA was involved in this.
Take that!
Oh no, grand voice, dude. Active? I'm already working out my voice to begin with, man. Don't give me any extra work. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocent. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Y'all have a good one. Take care, Active. Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Take care, Active. Have a good day. I don't know if you plan on coming back, but, you know. Of all people. They may not have meant it. But in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Seaworthy. Can't say I didn't warn you. Oh, it's this fucking guy. He's back. Chief Kent. You understand the implications of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Ah! The way you're going to use a nickname to screams villain to you? Yeah. Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. But Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. This fucking guy. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They brought a son of an innocent man to his death! How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order! 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 We finished the first half of the trial. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. It's been an hour and a half, chat. We're almost there. Phoenix, why are you the one narrating? I don't know, man. Maybe he's saving it for his blog. Gann is the type of guy to be an ass to everyone that just says, I'm just being honest. Yeah, kinda. You're a great superhero. It's already been an hour and a half. It's been an hour and a half. Yeah, it's been an hour and a fucking half, dude. February 25th, 12:06, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. See, the bright side is if we come back to this game in the future cases are much shorter. At least in the beginning, they're much shorter. Towards the end, they get longer, if you can believe it. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Didn't he do the same thing the other day, like yesterday? Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Big man, I love you. I love Gumshoe. You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around all day while on duty. And to top it off, you called me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Isn't that exactly the same thing he said last time, too? I take it Lana's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here. She asked me to give you this if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? Aw, that duck is so cute. I love him. Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know that, yeah. 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? He said, if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book. Him. I need to give this book a thorough read. It's not my evidence just yet. Okay, now it is. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. Now, what if there's something inside of it, though, Gumshoe? You fucking idiot. Think about that? Oh, maybe not. Maybe there's not anything inside of it. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I remember now. Okay. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. It's been an hour and a half, Edgeworth. Give me a fucking break, dude. Paragraph 34 of evidence law, yeah. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Skye found out she unwittingly caused a man's death, and now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. I didn't hear no bell. I didn't hear no bell. I didn't hear no bell. 1252, District Courtroom. Let me just take a peek at what's coming up. How long is this? Okay, this doesn't look like it's too long. Okay, yeah, this doesn't look like it's too long. Okay. We just have to go through 2 testimonies. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain? You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and... Judge, please. Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. Solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Why are they gonna fuck Edgeworth? He worked with what he had? Just because, you know, it falls on the prosecutor. The impetus falls on the prosecutor of the case, I guess. The responsibility. This don't look good for him. Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness. Mr. Wright, you do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls. Time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. This motherfucker, Damon Gant, District Chief of Police. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. All right. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Stream Elements bot running. Stream Elements, you've been running this entire time. What the fuck are you talking about? Did Stream Elements go down? That took a while. No, the Stream Element bot ran at the beginning of the stream. What the hell? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Must have went down at some point. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir? Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Hi. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Just want you to say good job, boss. Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure! Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Are you threatening the court? Detain this man. Don't worry. I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. SL9 incident. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. I just noticed he has boobs. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. He's got pecs. He's kind of a buff old man. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut. The police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Make a long story short, when I went to my office, when Lana there, apparently she'd already arranged the scene crime. I had nothing to do with the forgery. Bullshit. You hid evidence. You hid the jar, and you hid the list.
Objection!
You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list, for example. That's the list Emma Sky drew her picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe. Was found where? You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery. Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so, too. Isn't that right, Righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. Oh, no. Don't say that. Gant, don't fucking say that. Don't say Dick will receive his due punishment. What? Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office. And the relation to the forgery that took place in the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. By the way, I am definitely looking at the walkthrough now, just to cut this stream a little shorter, because we've been here an hour and a half, and this trial's been going forever. Evidence and forgery. Let's see. What was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. No reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Ooh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Day is, well, you know. All right, Udgy. In return, though, I know. That place, right? What? What are these guys, telepathic? Trial by dance-off. I think I'd lose. This man looks like this man would live through the 80s, man. He's definitely got some moves. For all I know, he could have hung in the office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after... We gotta press this. Really, Chief Gann. At the very least, there is one very large benefit you would have reaped from all of this. Oh? I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in it itself is sufficient motive. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? You really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. Resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Careful when pointing that finger. You might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation. There's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There. It's out in the open now. Udgy, will you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. Pressing this. Nothing in it for you. Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours. The only person I care about is yours truly. That girl. Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. But there had been something in it for him. Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? Yes. True, you might not help anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. You ain't kinda a psychopath. Yeah, kinda. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. It's not what I mean, Judge, you fucking idiot. Very well, then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gatt may have helped forge evidence? It's Lana. Very clearly.
Take that!
Prosecutor Lana Skye. The defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Meekins. Imagine, dude, he's doing all this for Meekins. That boy's got potential. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. the person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. Chief Gant? What if his name is actually Chief Jant? What if it's Jant? Damon Jant? Wouldn't that be funny? But how would he profit at all from this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. You mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? I swear to God, Judge, we're almost at the end of this trial. You're fucking killing me here, dude. 2 hours in, that was a new sound effect. Yeah, that was the sound of my last brain cell shooting itself and the shell casing hitting the ground. Can we kill the judge too? Puppets are fun. Oh wait. You must mean puppet as in someone for... Yeah, no shit. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? You have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana. Uncle, cease right now. Stop it. Cease. Desist. I'll put you in jail. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless... that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Now, which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? I said order! Yeah. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest-ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible! Coots, please. Blow steam out of ears. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier-to-understand language. He's the one who said it. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. All right then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. I believe it's the record, the card record. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7 sevens. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove it's my card number. It's your number. It's your number. I know, it's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits. You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh shit, he's getting mad. Order! Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing. An offensive search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Grr. Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days. Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the very day of the crime. Good question. It was, this, I think? Can only be, yeah, it's the lost item report, because he lost his card. The card has to be, this has to be turned in to the chief of police. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes. Transfer the evidence out. Oh, it was the evidence transferal day. He had to get in there. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him. There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on. Let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Murdered. He murdered him. Exactly. But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. No! Holy shit! Chief Gant, you didn't. You know what this needs? Hold on. Hold on. Alright. It's glitching. He turned to a fucking demon. Yeah, well, he is a monster, so. Accurate. Alright, I got what I needed. Yeah, I think you got served, Chief Gant, you little bitch. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office's parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you! Take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. The screwdriver. Because, if you remember, Chief Gant called Edgeworth down to take a piece of evidence back to the prosecutor's office to hold him. So this gives him a means to put the body in Edgeworth's trunk and get it to the office. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? What does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... Ah! I was asked to go by Chief Gant notice. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean I... The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Small claims in civil litigation. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Order, order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This is not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It was a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. Hilton was helping his aunt around the house. However, he claimed he did not receive his reward of an ice cream and a comic book. I believe your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. Whoa. Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, you think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. Say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body. Do I have any concrete proof? Fuck, do I? I guess I don't. Wait. I just misread something, guys. Oh! Hey, remember earlier when I said we only just have 2 testimonies? Because, originally I believed this trial was separated into trial former and trial latter. I was mistaken. It's actually separated into trial former, trial latter, and trial ladder number 2. We're gonna be here for a little bit longer, fellas. I have no proof yet. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. See, G? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, G, I'll leave the rest to you. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. What? Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth, another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? Defense is the one calling witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? Yep. She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth Lana Skye. We have another set of testimonies we have to take. The defendant, Miss Lana Skye. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body in accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well, the court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on. Huh? Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. This game is gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me too, dude. I'm fucking sweating my nuts off. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. He's threatening her right in front of everyone. This isn't good. Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. All right, then. Got a lunch date to meet. Get the fuck out of here, you old bastard. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. Intimidating a witness in court and nobody bats an eye. Yeah, seriously. What the fuck? It's time for me to lean back in my chair. Judge really has piss for brains, doesn't he? Yeah, kinda. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. What do you mean, Maya? Oh, do Gumshoe as a sidekick? That'd be awesome. Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? Dude, I'm so tired. It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. I'd love Big Man as a sidekick. Me too. I'd love nothing more. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. Chief, yeah, we were just there. Yeah, there's certain risks to be considered. He may not be a psychic, but I'm sure he's mental. Risks? What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Oh, it's Emma. Hey, Emma. Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone knew her. Said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? Follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. It must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. Don't blame anyone. Blame society, pal. So true. So true, Gumshoe. Philosopher of our time. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Man, why don't you wait here? No, I'm going with you. Okay. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Two hours into the final act of this trial. for a total of 13 hours. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. Speedrun any percent, yeah. I think I'm gonna submit this one to GTQ. Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Yeah, no shit. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Just reading what I gotta do here, guys, so we can make this shorter. We're the only chance we have to get Gant. Alright. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. Yeah, thank God. Lana. This is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you gotta help her. She's yeah. We know she's not telling the truth. She's full of shit. Let's get her. Let's get Gant. Excuse me. Press the fourth statement. You say you did this all by yourself. Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken Prosecutor Award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. Can you can you like face me when you say that shit? I can barely hear you. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. It's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. All just to protect me. So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted inside the wound, then moved the body. Okay, I didn't get to read any of that. But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Why did you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? Yes, Thomas, for 4 episodes now. It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gant's desk. The body was found by your desk. No, Thomas, it's been over 13 hours total. We've been on this case for like 3 previous streams.
Why did you move it there?
The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body. Why is it so... Oh, man. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Except it didn't shatter, did it? It wasn't shattered at the time, because he had time to write someone wrote the name on it. Yeah, twists and turns, there you go, that's the reason. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered. If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. Contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. It's contradiction in my testimony? It's more likely than you'd think. I'm a liar. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Ah, yeah, you dipshit. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Order, order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Hey guys, it's me, Moist Critical here. Shit ass poopy dicks, bazinga cumsock. Stupid stinky poopy boopy butthole stinky. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. Wow, spot on. Yeah, I'm a voice actor, guys. I'm not sure if you know. Kinda talented. I swear to God, every video I've ever watched of Charlie's, of Critical's, it's always him like saying shit like that about something. He's basically just a commentary streamer now, and just like says things like that and like the most monotone voice ever. Like, damn, dude, your channel lives like this? Oh, so you can say cum sock, but I can't say sticky sock puppets. I'm in shock. See, I was just saying a word out of context referring to an individual who does regularly say it, so he was accurate. You said it to, you said some gross shit in my chat. Also, I'm a hypocrite. This is a bunch of hoo-ha doohickey. It's arsehole flogicus. Yeah, there you go. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. It also reminds me of like the that bit from fucking Game Grumps so long ago, when they were playing like fucking the Mickey Mouse game, and Aaron was like, "This game's poopy ass dicks," saying like similar shit. Really funny. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. Okay, what am I doing here? Wait, I have to check something? Wait a minute. I did said something to check this, but I did check it. Okay, it won't allow me to check it until I get to a point, apparently. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Oh no, I'm fucking stupid. I'm looking at the wrong one. Dipshit. Okay, so, yeah, I noticed this. This was very obviously the one we gotta press. Oh, wait. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light with a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. I know you didn't, you fucking idiot. There was one piece that you didn't get. Miss Skye, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. This is part of the evidence that Chief Gant was hiding even from Lana. I have a message on Discord. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified. And she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. Yeah, I never missed it because I'm an ace attorney. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Can you believe that? Who gives a shit, Judge? Shut the fuck up. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Hey, Satan. Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Lord Judge. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. You know, shit! Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. Now that I'm on the phone, I can see the heart button. Yeah, dude, it's right there, man. I told ya. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question. What is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Yeah, they're the hearts, see? There they are. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the Chief's puppet. Oh my god, she bit her fucking thumb. Did you see that? No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. What? Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana may be right after all. What do you mean, right? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? No, you fucking idiot. Miss Skye, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Skye, if you will. I can't. It's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. Yeah, come on, we're fucking 2.5 hours into this shit. I'll testify about what I really saw. All right, the witness may testify once more for the final time. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Thought the judge was about to call it there. You gotta do another episode of the investigation. No, we're at the end, dude. We're at the end. Dude, Satan, we've been on this case for 13 hours. So if Dark was executed on false claims, will they use necromancy to bring him back to life, or how is this supposed to work? You know, I don't think necromancy is a reputable use, that a reputable source, or action that the law can take, unfortunately. There might be some conventions that might break, and also it'd be impossible. Yeah, that's good content. Add another 5 hours, dude. I would rather eat glass. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword? It's a spear, but yeah. You're the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I remember receiving a picture like that. Well, I must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have everything, yeah. Yeah, she sure does. Bitch. Makes my fucking life hard, though. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. It's the book. Now we can check it out. I'm gonna go brew up a soda. What kind should I make? Dr. Pepper Cola, Cherry Cola, or Orange? Dude, Cherry Cola sounds good. Wow! Yo, was that 4K? Yo, was that 4K, dude? Was that a 4K? Was that a 4K picture? Holy shit. I'll do Dr. Pepper this time around? Okay. Dr. Pepper's good. Hey, there's a picture here. Oh. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had arranged everything. That blood looks delicious. Good? Well, maybe you should go get that drink. I think you're slipping. I think you're slipping, pal. Mr. Wright! That piece cut from his vest, could that be the cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe? I am a vampire. Oh. Yeah, maybe you should go get a drink. That piece of cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? It's Emma's handprint. Okay, I'll go make Dr. Pepper now. Alright. We'll catch you up on anything you miss. Which, honestly, don't think will be much. My hair's starting to piss me off, not gonna lie. The cloth that had fingerprints on it. Whoever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. No. What? But those are fingerprints. They're yours. You fucking idiot. They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. I already finished my drink, too. Oh, fuck. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled. Whoa! Oh, hi, Gant. Come now, Edgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy, too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. Lamoa. Lamoa, get owned, idiot. You just got owned. You just got fucking owned. Dunked on. I'm dabbing right now. You guys can't see it, but I'm dabbing right now. I'm dabbing, so I'm doing like the infinite dab. You know what I mean? I'm like Fortnite. You guys remember Fortnite, right? That popular game that was big, you know, a little while ago. You know that game? Anyway. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Damn. Dude actually scares me. He's gonna go ballistic any second. You missed earlier when he turned into a literal fucking demon, Satan. I bet he'll do it again. Hey, guess what? He did it again, right there. So what? You think I'm worried? I mean, you did just have a little fit right there. I think you'd kind of be worried, you know? Just a little bit. Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What in the fuck? Yeah. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. This mental breakdown. But ain't worried. Yeah, I know, right? I'm trying to buy time so Goots can get back before we get too far. Sentence of the court: the police chief Damon Gant shall be bound to a wooden cross. Jesus Christ, dude. We're not crucifying him, okay? That's you know, I don't think anyone wants that. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. No, you don't, Uncle. Just smash his limbs. Jesus Christ, dude. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? Oh, you know, I'm just keeping quiet because I'm waiting for Goots to get back. I think this is the literally like the last bit of the thing. Slowly, this guy is shredding his mortal body. Oh, shedding his mortal body. Yeah, he's becoming a creature. Are you saying we are nearing the end, Scrub? I'm saying yes, we are nearing the end. Still going yet, but we're at the very end here. I'm trying to buy Goots time so they can get back. I'm looking at it. We're literally on the last like few paragraphs. I don't want Goots to miss it because they went to go get some soda. Now this is a great point in time for me to go get a drink too. So I'll be right back. I'm back. Goots, we were waiting for you. So, Goots, what you missed is we were about to cross-examine Lana again. Also, I got a snack. Sorry if you hear me rustling. We're about to cross-examine Lana again whenever this dickhead showed up out of the blue and said he was going to try and defend himself. But since he invoked his right to refuse to testify, he therefore gave up his ability to make any statements whatsoever, unable to defend himself. So, yeah. And now he's accusing us of holding evidence, saying he doesn't have to say anything, because we, us, Phoenix Wright, have a piece of evidence that we're keeping to ourselves. Goots came back just as you left. LOL. Get on. Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? Better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? We cannot show evidence at this time. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. Time to spring the trap within the trap within a trap, yeah. Make a soda, feel like a wizard brewing up a potion. Sounds cool, dude. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? Looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? This means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, and when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Skye. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work. It's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood of all the pieces off all the pieces. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too? Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all, but it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. All right then, let's see this conclusive evidence. Evidence that shows who actually killed Prosecutor Marshall. Now we show the cloth. Number 2 evidence law. Exactly, Tony. Number 2 of evidence law. See, we can't be penalized because we didn't know the cloth had anything to do with the murder until after he admitted to it, admitted to hiding the evidence. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. At last, you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests it be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint in leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean, it could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Wright had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? Do you mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Yeah, I know, Emma. Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real killer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is... Emma Skye. Emma? Emma Skye? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you, you monster? Miss Skye? You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Yeah, no shit. Almost 3 hours later. Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer. I come back and the entire trial gets told it's not over. It's almost over, thank God. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. The picture. Notice something a little weird about it? This is where the cloth was cut out, but there's no blood on it. What exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. Hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Spotless. Wait. There's no blood on it. Ah! Since Emma Skye's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor, impaled him on the armor's sword. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that then only broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. Hey, Crow. Hey, man. Hey, long time no see. Glad you showed up at the very end of this fucking 13-hour case. Hey, man. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally all over. Objection. That was close, Righto. You almost had me. He said in his final phase, "Sorry, but you're gonna have to do a little better than that. I refute your allegations." What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order, order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convince a suspect. Remember, Udgy? Earlier, old Wright here concealed that piece of cloth. So then what's your excuse, Wright? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? You lost your... Yeah. Your Honor, I do not have any evidence I can read at this point in time. Yeah, we were there. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Fucking Christ. Mr. Wright, you admit to it that you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth. I did not. Fuck you. Eat my ass. I admit I refused to present it at one point. So the evidence is illegal. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Udgy. Don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe... There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. Now I can present the stupid fucking book. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth. Nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. What? Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture. Sorry, but can you recall, when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. Oh, he's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Yeah, we were here. No! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you! No. Jesus Christ. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. And all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker. And as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. That accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just poured out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. A bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. Everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car? I'm sorry. I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Ugh. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Skye involved in all this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So you left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. Why are his clothes so shiny? Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes, than a committer. I don't know. It's probably like a leather suit. It's like kind of shiny because it's polished or something. I don't know. They all did their best to get in my way. Got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well. Much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me. We're the same. We're the same, Jack. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Rhino here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. His mouth looks like a capital I. The two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the very beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. Almost done. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. Damn, okay, go easy on me. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. She smiled! Wow, she's smiling! I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. Holy shit, dude. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it! I only did my job. Stop it, you're gonna make me blush. It seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky? Yes, Your Honor? You are innocent of murder. However, although the Chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Let's fucking go, dude. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. You fucking said it, Judge. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. At long last, it's finally over. Oh, shit. Emma? feel like a heavy weight has been lifted and I'm not even the one playing. Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended. Yeah, we saw it. Yeah, we get it. We were just there, you know what, the fucking flashback. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Gumshoe, you stupid motherfucker, I love you so much. You are the only thing keeping me going. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Oh, it's Lana. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. Sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back, and now you have. Oh, Emma. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Nope, not crying, not me. Not me, not crying, dude. Not crying right now. Take it all in, guys. See, yeah, if you guys need to cry, it's okay. It's okay, bro. It's raining. It really is raining outside. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Scrub, your eyes are sweating. No, they're not. Shut the fuck up. You guys can't... Look at the top left. I'm mad. See, I'm actually angry. Look, I'm pissed. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least that's what I felt, watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright? Mr. Gumshoe? Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. He's fucking angry shit. Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. He's an angry muppet. Yeah, kinda. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. Here we go. Edgelord is earning his name. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. He's not impressed. The fuck did you just say? You were working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a fucking pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lon's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. The evidence lists. She said it! She fucking said it! That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't be able to completely restore Emma's picture. Take that! Yeah. I don't know why he has to yell that every time. That did just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth. If you'll excuse me, there's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. That's the only smile I've ever seen him make. Goots, you're talking about that. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. Itchy needs to go home and listen to Linkin Park. I better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Oh, it's another cute little duck. Scientific investigation. Oh, it's for Emma. Scientific investigation? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis, I will. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? Just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? Well, you think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go! Do 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 do. I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Hey, werewolf, vampire, kitsune, dragon, tank man, Sergeant F? What a fucking name, dude. Hell yeah. Hello, how you doing? Yikes. I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show. You can't shake me off that easily. I love you, Gumshoe. Such a fun name. Yeah, it really is. Werewolf, vampire, kitsune, dragon, tankman, Sergeant F. What an epic name. Oh, fuck. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm going to make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like that dipshit Dick Gumshoe. Yo, thank you, Werewolf, Vampire, Kitsune, Dragon, Tankman, Sergeant F. Thank you for the subscription, pal. Hey, while you're at it, if you're interested, check the link in the description below, and you can find a link to my Discord, and you can be up to date on my notifications and my schedule. Oh, this fucking thing. Not this thing. No, not this thing. Oh, we just witnessed another murder. What is it? Can't you see him having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me.
She's seen one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
Sure thing, Marshal. Rot in hell, friend. Yeah, fuck you, Blue Badger. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. Why'd you take a pause to do that? As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Right Way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer's as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller. Okay, I didn't read. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Okay. Do 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 do.
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? You motherfucker. Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be... Huh? Oh, no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go.
You motherfucker. Fuck you, Judge. I can't believe you. After all we've been through together. This fucking guy.
Do 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 do.
Fuck, Judge, we ain't Judge. Oh, it's Maya. Ah! Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. Oh, Maya's so cute. We may be seeing Maya again very soon. Well, not soon for us, because we're taking a fucking break from Phoenix Wright for a while. Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, it's this guy. Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on? Uh-oh. I think Edgeworth finally did it. Do 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 do. Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be all right. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh, okay. Who was that schmuck? He was a character from the second episode. Or the second trial, I think. He also showed up in this trial, too. Oh... Ah! I'm not crying! Shut up! I'm not crying. That's so sweet. Thank you, Capcom. Round of applause, everyone, for finally seeing the end of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Only the first game. Of 3 in this trilogy. And if we wanted, there's like 3 more. I think anyway. There's another one at least. So now if I were to hit a new game, could I go and see all of the oh yeah. We have Ace Attorney. We have Justice for All. And we have Trials and Tribulations. I wonder if we click on this, will it show us the episodes? It will, okay. 2, 3, 4, So we have 4 total. We have 4 episodes total in the second game. I think, anyway. Okay, we don't know how many is in this one, apparently. I think there's at least 4 or 5 in that one, too. So. Alright. Thanks, I guess I'll be busy enjoying death or something. Alright, guys, we're starting the Justice for All playthrough today. No, I'm kidding. God, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Get me the fuck out of here, please. Please, for love of the Lord and mercy. Holy shit. Holy shit. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this stream would have been over like an hour and a half ago. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be over an hour and a half ago. I thought it was going to be like 2 hours. No, it was actually 3.5 hours. So that means we took 14 hours to finish that last case. 14 hours to finish that last case. Needless to say, we're taking a break from Phoenix Wright for a while. Let me go over this. Let me go over the schedule for the rest of this week. Tomorrow, Monday, we will probably not be streaming because tomorrow I'm planning on going on a long trip. It's gonna I'm gonna be out all day. But there is a chance that we won't be going tomorrow because of rain. If that is the case, I'll let you guys know, and I'll be updating the schedule, and we'll be playing something tomorrow. I hope that little while is forever. No, we'll be back. Give it like a month. We'll be back. So if we do stream tomorrow, we'll be playing Cult of the Lamb at 5 p.m. Normal time. And then Tuesday, we'll also be playing Cult of the Lamb. So you guys will get an extra stream this week. Wednesday, there'll be no stream like usual. Thursday and Friday we'll be getting back to Stardew Valley. Playing some more of that. And then Saturday, of course, there'll be no stream. That's what's coming up this week. I don't know what's going to be happening tomorrow. The weather is got to hold out for now. So we'll see. Yeah, that's going to be all for today, guys. Thank you for hanging out and sticking to the end with me. It's another game we finished, goddammit. Another one. Add that one to the list. We're getting closer to getting a positive fucking KD ratio when it comes to completing games. So yeah. Yeah, we'll catch you guys later. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night, and if I don't see you tomorrow, you guys have a wonderful Monday. Goodbye, everyone. Take care. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful night. So long. Farewell. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye.